All right, welcome back. Let's talk about if the next logical step in your Ascension campaign is to buy something else, right? If it's a small enough step and it's the next logical step, then you shouldn't focus on consumption and nurture. You should focus, again, just like in engagement, on upselling. So let's dive in and review this and then take a look at a campaign that we use at Digital Marketer to upsell someone after they've already bought in the Ascension campaign. So again, here's the scenario. If you remember, we started in this scenario all the way back with, hi, nice to meet you, my name's Richard. I really think we should get married. And that didn't work out. So we went with a scenario that said, hi, nice to meet you. My name's Richard. Can we get coffee? And that worked well. So we moved from coffee to, I'd love to take you to dinner. And that worked well. So now here's where we're at. I've really enjoyed the past few months. I'd like to introduce you to my parents. Sure, when, right? This is the natural progression that relationships take, and it's what you should follow in your email campaigns because you're building real relationships. There's actually some real live human being on the other side of that computer screen reading your emails, even if you're B2B. The person reading your emails is just that, a person. They react to natural relational communication and societal norms. So talk to them like a person, treat them like a person, only ask them to do what you would ask someone to do if you were actually standing in front of them. And if it would make you feel weird or you think it would make them turn around and run, don't do it. But in this case, this is the natural progression. So how do we do this in email? Well, let's take a look at one of Digital Marketer's campaigns. Now, in this case, Digital Marketer has a free piece of content, a blog post template. After someone opts in to get that blog post template, they can go and purchase our content engine, our blog content marketing plan. It's basically how to create multiple blog posts and distribute them, right? So content marketing. It's a relevant upsell on that we present to someone we know is interested in blogging. Now, people buy that. So if they buy that, we then would like them to buy either Digital Marketer Lab because it's full of other execution plans, but really the most relevant next step is for them to get our Content Marketing Mastery course. It's a course just like this, except for content marketing. So if we know that someone started with, give me a blog post template, and then yes, I'd love to get all of your blog post templates and figure out how to create multiple blog posts. Now the next logical step is for them to become certified as a content marketing master, take the content marketing mastery course. So that's what we're going to do here. We're going to walk through that process. Here we're assuming that someone has bought the execution plan, so they've spent between $7 and $47 on the execution plan, but the next step that we want them to take is to buy the mastery course, right? To buy the mastery course. So we're going to start with content, because in this case, even though it's an upsell, we're going to follow the goodwill structure because we need to give them some more information about why they need additional content, why they need to be focusing on a full content marketing plan, not just their blog. So we start out with content, with a blog post, the content life cycle. Now this is introducing one of our most popular blog posts, and it breaks down how you should use content and distribute content and create content on so many different channels, not just your blog. And at the end of this email, which I wrote, so I know very well, the final line is, P.S. If you want to skip the article and just copy my content marketing plan step by step, go here now. You can even save 50% for the next few days. So there's it should maybe say content plus CTA, because at the end of the very long email, there's a small PS that says, if you're really engaged, if you really are excited about this whole content lifecycle thing, go over here. But the primary goal of this is to get them to agree that one, I'm adding additional value over and above the purchase that they made and I delivered. And two, to get them to accept that what they're really interested in is just one small part of a much bigger thing, of a much bigger piece that they should want, right? I need to start introducing this concept and start generating desire and demand for something that they may or may not have even known that they needed or wanted. That's my job. That's the job of this upsell campaign. So it's a little bit more heavy lifting on the front end. So because the first one was content, I may take the second day off. and then come back with a hybrid, right? Come back with a hybrid, which is kind of informational / content and a call to action. So I may say, use this to become an authority in any market. Again, reference back to specific parts of the blog post that I sent them, but really have more of a predominant call to action and send them over to the Content Marketing Mastery page. I'm going to take another day off, and then I'm going to send them a direct call to action. And this time I'm going to get personal, right? We're going to start to get personal. Now, I want to make something very clear. At this point in the relationship, or at this point in the email campaigns, this is the first time you've seen personalization. Now, we maybe could have introduced it in the engagement campaign, probably not so much in the indoctrination campaign. While I'm not going to call you I may not be very formal when we first meet, I may not be very conversational, and I may not always remember your name. We're following traditional relationship cycles here. So now it's appropriate. We're in an appropriate time in our relationship that I should be calling you by your first name. And maybe the first time I do it, you're going to notice it. So Richard, and maybe it's my full name, maybe it's just my first name. If this says Richard, a content marketing specialist, ? Now I've just built up this whole content lifecycle. Content marketing is bigger than just your blog concept. And now I'm introducing into my prospect's mind that maybe I could, or they could actually be an expert or a specialist at that. That's going to get opened, and it's got a call to action. It has the benefit of changing their status, elevating their status from just a blogger or just someone who writes content to a content marketing specialist. That's a really good subject line. It's a really good email. Now I'm going to come into logic, get certified for free, or I could say get certified 50% off, get the full content marketing training 50% off. Something that's logic in there that's going to get them to switch their decision-making process from, do I want to be a specialist? Do I care about all these other aspects? Do I really want to be an authority? Wait a second. Do I want to miss something for free? Right? Something for free. Then finally, fear. Last chance to save $100. Now, remembering when we talk, or keep in mind as we move forward, and I'm talking about the role of different pieces of your email, the role of the subject line is simple. It's to get your prospect or customer to open the email. The role of the body of your email is to get them to click. So at this point, these are just 5 different reasons to get them to open. Even when we're talking content, this is kind of a curiosity-based subject line. What is the content life cycle, right? What am I going to use to become an authority? How can I become a content marketing specialist? So each one of these has kind of a different reason that they should open, and then it's the job of the body to get the click over. But this is a great goodwill email upsell campaign. If I were to send this, and I know because I do, I send this to every person who buys the Content Engine Execution Plan, but does not take the Content Marketing Mastery course and certification. This campaign converts people very quickly that have started that buying process and stopped. They started on the customer journey, on a very specific journey for a specific product or topic, and they stopped. Right? Maybe they stopped after convert, but didn't get excited to move on to ascend. This is how I move them through. This is how I use 5 emails to ascend someone from anywhere from a $7 to a $47 purchase, all the way up to from a $500 to a $1,000 purchase. Now, if it can do that in our business, I know this structure, again, structure will work for you in your business if the next logical ascension step is an upsell, if they're ready to take that next purchase. All right, so in the next email, or in the next video, I've got email in the brain. In the next video, we're going to break down and start storyboarding your segmentation campaign. This is the first campaign you'll actually be sending as a broadcast. So I'll see you in the next video.